To everyone watching, you are not your zip code. You are not your last name. You are not your setbacks. You are your vision. You are your work ethic. You are your will. Think about that for a second. Your vision is the picture you carry in your head of who you want to become. Your work ethic, that's the proof you give the world every single day about how serious you are. And your will, the raw, unshakable determination, that's what pushes you through the resistance when everything in you wants to quit. You've probably heard people say, I know who I am. Or maybe you've said it yourself. But here's the truth most people don't want to face. Who you are isn't defined by what you say about yourself. It's not in your Instagram bio. It's not in the goals you wrote down last January that are still sitting in a notebook collecting dust. Who you are is shaped by what you do, by the actions you take every single day. You can tell yourself, I'm disciplined. But if you hit snooze 5 times every morning, your actions prove otherwise. You can say, I'm a hard worker. But if you spend hours scrolling and avoiding the tasks that matter, your actions tell a different story. You can believe, I'm destined for greatness. But unless your choices reflect that, you're just carrying around a dream with no legs. And that's the hard part. We all want to believe we are our intentions. We want to believe that just because we think big, dream big, or talk big, that it makes us that person already. But life doesn't work that way. You're not what you intend to do. You are what you consistently do. Think of it like this. Your identity is not a label. It's a pattern. The pattern of your habits, your routines, your daily choices. If you want to know who you are right now, don't ask yourself what you believe. Don't ask yourself what you wish for. Ask yourself, what do my actions say about me? If your actions show that you quit when things get tough, then right now, you are someone who quits. If your actions show that you keep pushing no matter how hard it gets, then you are resilient. If your actions show that you cut corners, you are someone who cuts corners. If your actions show that you stay late, go the extra mile, and refuse to compromise your standards, then you are someone who's committed. The identity you claim has nothing to do with words. It has everything to do with proof. Let's take an example. Imagine 2 people. Person A talks constantly about how they're going to get in shape. They tell everyone they're planning to start running, that they're going to eat clean, that this is their year. They sound motivated, right? Now, person B doesn't say much. They just lace up their shoes and run every morning, rain or shine. They start with 1 mile, then 2, then 5. They're not posting about it. They're not announcing it, but their actions are carving out their identity. Person A, a dreamer. Person B, a runner. That's the difference. Identity isn't declared, it's earned. And the best part, this truth is empowering, because if your actions define you, then you're never locked into who you've been. You get to rewrite your identity every single day by showing up differently. Missed a week of workouts. That doesn't mean you're lazy for life. It means today is a chance to prove otherwise. Slacked off at work yesterday. Fine. Today you get to prove you're disciplined. The only thing keeping you trapped in an identity you don't want is repeating the same actions that reinforce it. Break the pattern and you break the identity. This means you have far more control over who you are than you think. You don't need someone else to validate you. You don't need a big break. You don't even need permission. You just need to act. So here's the challenge. Stop calling yourself something until your actions back it up. Don't say, I'm disciplined. Show me. Don't say, I'm focused. Prove it. Don't say, I'm ambitious. Let me see it in your grind, your habits, your refusal to settle. At the end of the day, you're not what you say. You're not what you wish. You're not even what you believe. You are what you do. And if you want to become someone different, change what you do. Do it consistently. Do it until it becomes undeniable. That's how identity is built, action by action, choice by choice, day by day. Because when it's all said and done, your words fade, your intentions fade, but your actions, They'll tell the world exactly who you are. Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're working hard but not really moving anywhere? That's what life feels like without vision. You're busy, you're tired, you're doing things, but you're drifting. You're reacting instead of creating. And here's the reality without vision. You will always feel like something's missing, no matter how much effort you put in. Vision is the picture in your head of the life you want to build, the person you want to become, and the impact you want to make. It's not just a dream or a nice thought, it's a compass. It points you in a direction when the world feels overwhelming, noisy, and distracting. Think about a ship in the ocean. If that ship leaves the harbor without a destination, the waves will toss it wherever they want. It doesn't matter how powerful the engine is. It doesn't matter how skilled the crew is. Without direction, it drifts. That's life without vision. You might have talent, discipline, even resources. But if you don't know where you're going, you'll waste them. Now flip that image. A ship with a clear destination doesn't fight the waves aimlessly. It adjusts its sails, corrects its course, and keeps moving toward the shore it's aiming for. That's what vision does for you. It doesn't eliminate challenges. It gives meaning to them. Because here's the truth. Life will throw resistance at you no matter what. You're going to fail. You're going to be criticized. You're going to doubt yourself. But when you have vision, those challenges don't break you. They shape you. They remind you that what you're aiming for is bigger than the discomfort of the moment. And let's clear something up. Vision doesn't have to be this giant, world-changing masterpiece that impresses everyone else. It just has to be yours. It can be the vision of being the kind of parent who's present and loving. It can be the vision of building a business that creates freedom for you and opportunity for others. It can be the vision of being healthy, strong, and confident in your own body. The size of your vision doesn't matter. What matters is that it's clear, because clarity creates focus, and focus creates power. Here's the problem for most people: they confuse goals with vision. A goal is specific. You want to run a marathon, hit a sales target, save a certain amount of money. That's important, but vision is bigger. Vision is the why behind all of it. A goal says, I want to run 26 miles. Vision says, I want to become the kind of person who never quits on themselves. And when you connect your goals to your vision, everything shifts. Suddenly, running those miles isn't just about exercise. It's about proving to yourself you are resilient. Saving money isn't just about numbers. It's about creating freedom for your family. Waking up early isn't just about productivity. It's about living with intention instead of drifting through life. That's why vision matters. It turns ordinary actions into meaningful steps. But here's the catch: you have to own your vision. Not your parents' vision, not society's vision, not what looks good on social media, yours. Because if you chase someone else's picture of success, you'll reach it and feel empty. The only vision that gives you true direction is the one that aligns with your values, your passions, and your truth. So ask yourself, what do I see when I close my eyes and imagine my best life? Who am I in that picture? What kind of work am I doing? How do I feel when I wake up? What kind of impact am I making? If you can answer those questions, you've got the beginnings of vision. And once you have that, the real work starts aligning your daily choices with that picture. Because vision without action is just fantasy. But vision backed by consistent choices, that's unstoppable. Every time you say yes or no to something, you're either moving closer to your vision or drifting further away. There's no in between. And the more clearly you see it, the easier those decisions become. Suddenly, distractions lose their power. Temptations lose their shine, because you know exactly what you're working toward. Vision defines direction. It keeps you from drifting. It keeps you moving forward when things get tough. And it reminds you that you're not here just to exist. You're here to create. So the question isn't, do you have vision? The question is, are you living it? We live in a world obsessed with talent. We celebrate the gifted athlete, the brilliant entrepreneur, the natural leader. And sure, talent gets attention. Talent opens doors. But here's the truth most people don't want to admit: talent might get you in the room, but work ethic is what keeps you there. Your work ethic is your credibility, it's your reputation. It's the invisible resume that people read before they trust you, invest in you, or believe in you. And unlike talent, which is something you're born with, work ethic is built. It's a choice. It's a discipline. Think about it. How many people do you know who are incredibly talented but never follow through? They have the brains, the skills, the ideas, but they don't put in the consistent effort. They start fast, but they fizzle. And then there's someone else, maybe not as naturally gifted, but they show up every single day, rain or shine. They practice, they grind, they refuse to quit. Who do you think wins in the long run? The grinder, every single time. Because talent sets the stage, but work ethic writes the script. When you have a strong work ethic, you don't just build results, you build trust. People know they can count on you. They know you'll deliver. They know your word means something because you back it up with effort. And that kind of credibility is rare. It makes you stand out. Here's the problem: we live in a culture that loves shortcuts. Everyone wants the hack, the trick, the quick fix. But shortcuts never build credibility. Shortcuts don't earn respect. Shortcuts don't sustain success. They might get you a temporary win, but without the backbone of work ethic, you can't hold it. And here's why discipline beats talent. Talent is inconsistent. Talent is flashy, but it comes and goes. Discipline is steady. It shows up when motivation is gone. It stays when everyone else is left. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. Let me give you an example. Picture two students. Student A is naturally brilliant. They barely study and still pass exams with ease. Student B doesn't have that natural advantage, but they work hard every night, review their notes, ask questions, and keep pushing. At first, student A shines brighter, but as the challenges get tougher, as the stakes get higher, student B's work ethic takes over. They've built habits, resilience, and consistency, and eventually they surpass the naturally talented one. That story isn't just about students, it's about life. Talent might win the sprint, but work ethic wins the marathon. And here's the empowering part: you might not control your natural abilities, but you absolutely control your discipline. You decide if you're going to hit snooze or get up. You decide if you're going to put in one more rep, write one more page, make one more call. You decide if you're going to stop when you're tired or keep going until the work is done. Every time you choose discipline, you're not just getting closer to your goals. You're building a reputation with yourself. You're proving that you can be trusted. And when you trust yourself, the world starts to trust you too. So let's be clear. Nobody is impressed by what you say you're going to do. People are impressed by what you consistently deliver. Nobody's inspired by untapped potential. They're inspired by relentless effort. Nobody remembers the person who had talent but wasted it. They remember the one who showed up, worked hard, and refused to quit. That's what credibility is built on. Not promises, not potential, not talent, work ethic. So ask yourself, what reputation am I building with my work ethic right now? When people think of me, do they think reliable, relentless, discipline? Or do they think talented but inconsistent? The answer is in your daily habits. The way you show up when no one's watching. The standard you hold yourself to when nobody's checking. That's where credibility is forged. Because at the end of the day, talent may shine for a moment, but work ethic shines forever. Everyone loves the idea of chasing a dream until reality hits. You set a vision, you're excited, you've got the plan. Then life shows up, obstacles, delays, setbacks, resistance. That's the moment most people quit. Not because the dream wasn't real, not because the vision wasn't strong, but because they ran out of fuel. That fuel is willpower. Willpower is the part of you that says, I don't care how hard this gets, I'm not stopping It's the fire you call on when motivation fades. Because let's be honest, motivation feels good, but it doesn't last. Motivation gets you started, but it won't carry you through the grind. The real engine that keeps you moving when the road gets rough is willpower. Think about the word itself, willpower. The power of your will. It's not about skill. It's not about resources. It's not even about luck. It's about deciding in the face of resistance that quitting is not an option. Because here's the truth. Every vision worth pursuing will test you. If it doesn't test you, it's too small. If it doesn't challenge you, it's not growth. And when that test comes, willpower is what separates the people who dream from the people who do. Picture this: an athlete training for a championship. At the start, the vision is crystal clear: winning, lifting that trophy, standing on the podium. The training begins with energy and excitement. But weeks later, when the body aches, when injuries hit, when progress feels invisible, this is where willpower shows up. Talent can't carry you through pain. Excitement won't carry you through exhaustion. Only willpower does. The same applies to your life. Building a business, writing a book, raising a family, getting healthy. It all sounds great on paper, but the reality, it's messy, it's slow, it's exhausting. And the only thing that keeps you going when every excuse in the world tells you to stop is your will. That's why willpower matters. It's proof that your vision isn't just something you wish for. It's something you're willing to fight for. Now, here's something important. Willpower isn't about being superhuman. It's not about never feeling tired, never feeling doubt, never feeling fear. You will feel all of that. Willpower simply means you keep moving anyway. It means you honor your vision more than your excuses. And here's the empowering part. Willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time you push yourself when you want to quit, it's hard. The second time, it's still hard, but you recognize the feeling. By the 10th time, you've built resilience. You've trained your mind to push through. That's why little daily wins matter. Every time you resist the urge to procrastinate, every time you say no to a distraction, every time you finish what you started, you're strengthening your willpower. And over time, that strength compounds. But let's also be real, your willpower won't always feel unlimited. That's why it's so critical to tie it back to your vision. When the why is strong enough, the willpower is there. When you know why you're doing this, when you know what's at stake, when you know what it means for your future, that's when you dig deeper than you thought possible. Because willpower isn't random. It's not luck. It's a choice. A decision you make in the moment: am I going to fold or am I going to fight? And every time you choose to fight, you build proof. Proof that you're tougher than you thought. Proof that you can trust yourself. Proof that your vision is real. So remember this: your vision sets the destination, but willpower drives the car. Without it, you stall. With it, you keep moving mile after mile, no matter how many bumps you hit. And when you look back, you'll realize something powerful. It wasn't just the dream that changed your life. It was the willpower to keep going when everyone else stopped. That's what made the difference. Here's the truth: nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you the life you dream about. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, hey, here's the future you've been waiting for. It doesn't work that way. You are the architect of your life. You are the builder. You are the driver. And the moment you take ownership of that fact, you become unstoppable. Ownership is empowerment. It's the decision to stop blaming circumstances, stop blaming people, stop blaming luck, and start taking full responsibility for where you are and where you're going. Now, I know that's not easy to hear because it's so tempting to point fingers. It's tempting to say, I'd be further ahead if my parents supported me, if my boss promoted me, if the timing was better, if I got that break. But here's the problem. The second you hand someone else responsibility for your life, you also hand them the power to control it. And why would you ever give someone else that kind of control? Taking ownership doesn't mean your circumstances don't matter. They do. Some people start with more advantages than others. Some people face heavier obstacles. But ownership means this: no matter where you start, you're going to own your choices moving forward. You're not going to sit back and wait. You're going to build. Think about it like this: life is a construction site. You've been given a plot of land. Some people get better soil, some get rocky ground. Some get resources, some don't. But what you build on that land, that's yours. That's your